Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 2 of 360 Live's continuing coverage of the 2019 Nova Scotia PeeWeeAAA Hockey Championships from the Halifax Forum. Hi, everybody. Dan Hobson. It is the Sydney Steelers in the white jerseys taking on the TASA Ducks in the black and orange. Teams having a little bit mixed results here. For the Steelers, they had a tough one as they ended up losing by a score yesterday of 7-1 against the West Hants Warriors. And for the TASA Ducks, they had a 6-1 win against the Pictou County Crushers in their second game yesterday. So TASA comes in at 1-0, Steelers at 0-1. Of course, with the starting goaltenders, McDonald starting yesterday for the Ducks, he will be resting this game as they will go with Nathan Mills between the pipes. The Ducks will. Steelers, same situation. Brody Campbell faced a lot of rubber yesterday in their game against West Hants. He is the backup, and Owen Stonehouse getting the start here. Teams don't have any history here against each other, so it's an unknown factor, so we should be in for definitely an interesting matchup here. The Ducks, I was talking to head coach Ryan Backman just before the game, and he has a lot of players that, of course, will be graduating. 16 of his 17 players will be moving on, and 8 will be going to play for the Gulls in the Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League next year. So it's one of those years that, basically it's all or nothing sort of thing for them as they try to win a provincial championship, and they're looking pretty good. And, of course, they had a pretty good regular season for them. They were first in the Central Minor Hockey Federation, 26-0-2, and they are 2017 silver medalist, and last year hosted the event. So this year looking very good, and the end goal is to win a championship. Also, of course, for the Steelers, they were second in the Cape Breton PeeWeeAAA Hockey League with a record of 17-8. So that's the history. So it's up to the players here to determine a outcome here in this one, as the Steelers, as I said, are in the white. Seymour, who's got the lone goal so far in the tournament here, out there, so you got to keep an eye on that line. And in the meantime, line changes for both teams. Phillips had a pretty good game yesterday. Steals a puck, a wrist shot, and Stonehouse with the stop as he kicks it towards the corner. Coming up to 2 minutes gone here in the opening frame, and there's another shot as Fuller, who had a goal yesterday, is stopped there by Stonehouse. So Stonehouse getting some action here early in this first period, and the Steelers are on their heels a bit, centering pass, but nobody there for the Ducks. And in transition goes the Steelers, led by Fitzgerald, had a spirited game yesterday in their loss to West Hants. A 2-on-1 developing the other way. Fuller also Kennedy, good shot, scores! Fuller from Kennedy, 1-0. 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. A 2-on-1 down low. And the Ducks convert. Fuller will get it, 2:20. Making it 1-0. Play back underway, so Fuller from Kennedy. The 2-on-1, and Fuller made no mistake. So he's getting up there in terms of all-star recognition there for Fuller and Kennedy. And it's 1-0, early stages. Back to his own zone is Prince there. He'll go in behind the net and start it up here along the near side boards. Phillips once again takes a bump there from Reynolds, keeps on going. It's actually Kearney, and Kearney there from his opposite wing missed on that shot in the corner. They try to get it through the net, or get it to the net, and Corbett knocks it down there for the Steelers. And the Steelers trying to clear, but it's going to be picked off once again. Is pinching in there from the blue line is Bush there for the Ducks. Actually, it was Judge. Puck in behind the goal. Ducks pressing once again. Judge once again. He's going to slap it, fires a shot. It goes over the net. Ducks still have possession as they are got the cycle game going, but it will be the Steelers. That will get it out to center ice. So they have a little bit of room to breathe, and they'll make changes. Just fresh off the bench there is Tabret there for the Sydney Steelers. Jennings chips it in. Runs into Prince in the meantime, so that sort of stunts his progress for the meantime. As we come up to the 4-minute mark here of period number 1. Puck back out center ice. McDonald gets it in, falls down on the play, but gets back up. In the meantime, not really much of terminal forecheck set up there by the Steelers, so the Ducks, they have some room to move. There's a turnover down low, and a shot there by Seymour, stopped by Mills. So Mills looks to get his first test here. Puck was in the feet of O'Brien. His teammates were saying feet, so he looked down and goes in after it. And up with the puck is O'Coin. O'Coin has it now. Going to send it back to McPhee. McPhee now fires a shot, and that's stopped by Stonehouse. Loose rebound, scores! Max Baldwin. Four minutes and 38 seconds, and TASA Ducks have a 2-0 lead. Blowing a tire was Carew. Ducks coming once again, and they're being led by Burke. Burke, he's got some jets, and you'll see that during these championships here. Oh, Bush was about ready to pull the trigger, but has her stick lifted at the last second. A shot, and Stonehouse has to make the stop on that one and sends it in behind the goal. Stonehouse has been busy so far. Of course, 2-0 lead indicates that as the puck goes down and back in their own zone. Go the Ducks. Here's Seymour now with a burst of speed near center ice. Loses a handle. Had it momentarily, lost it. Puck up for grabs. The Ducks fighting for it. Penny now and Burke. But it's going to be brought outside the line on the offside. 9:36 remaining, first period. Both teams make changes here. Kennedy, who got that assist on that nice goal there by Fuller, taking this draw, has O'Brien. And once again, Fuller. That's one of the dangerous lines here so far at the championships. Gauguin has it now. Will chip it in and go after it there for the Steelers. But first back is Phillips there for the Ducks. And they'll bring it out to center ice. O'Brien and Halliday get together. Halliday slaps it in. And first back there is Murphy there for the Steelers. Nice little move is, once again, Gauguin trying to get it out there for the Steelers and can't. Halliday holds the line, wrist shot. And once again, following up there is Kennedy there. And a rebound momentarily. Phillips a wrist shot and a toe save, and a nice one there by Stonehouse. I'm not sure how he saw it or if he saw it, but he reacted quickly and he keeps it a 2-goal game. Fuller, who's got the goal. One-timer there, set up Halliday from in, or actually Kennedy, pardon me. There's Halliday, and that deflects as it's turning into a shooting gallery right now here for the Ducks. Up by 2 and trying to get more. Fuller there as the pass goes through his feet. Nice puck movement here and pressure here by the Ducks. Once again, Kennedy now. Kennedy comes out front, the team captain. They tried to set up the one-timer. As right on the side was Fuller, and the Steelers read it and sent it down and have a sigh of relief, and they'll change all 5 as we come up to the 7-minute mark here of the first period. Steelers turn it over, and a shot there and a stop by Mills. He gets a piece of it. A one and done. Penny gets things going here. Once again, Fuller leads the pass up ahead. Here's Kearney now. Kearney with a sharp angle and the stop there by Stonehouse, and sending it in was McDonald to his goalkeeper, and he covers up Stonehouse for the stoppage and play. Ice tilted here so far at the Halifax Forum. Puck dropped. Steelers win the draw. Can Prince hold the line? Yes, he can, but not for long, as that hits the foot of Jennings. Number 13 there in the white jersey there for the Steelers. Jennings, right place, right time, picks off that pass, and now on the attack here is the Steelers. Was an odd man rush. It was more of like a 3-on-4, so the Ducks are going to win that puck battle. And now trying to set it high is Judge there for the Ducks. And out to center ice. Pass to O'Coin. O'Coin one-on-one, trying to go wide. Gets McDonald, will send it back to Prince. Prince, wrist shot. And there's a deflection there. And Stonehouse makes a stop, and things start to get a little bit chippy here. Is pushing and shoving in front of Stonehouse. But cooler heads prevail. Sydney find themselves, well, of course, Halifax had 8 goals against, so they find themselves in 6th place coming into today. The Ducks 2nd place in the standings. And if you want to see the standings, you head to Hockey Nova Scotia website and click on Tournaments Day of Champions. There's a link, and then you can hit the PeeWeeAAA Championships, and you can see all the stuff that I'm telling you, so just to prove that I'm not a liar. 6:40 remains here, first period. Ducks 2, Steelers no score. Seymour hoping to get something going here. Kennedy now. Seymour, they put a right in traffic there. There's 2 Ducks right on him, but he does get into the zone. They set up Kennedy for the one-timer. Mills with the stick save. He sends it towards the corner. And now they'll send it here along the near side board. So here comes the Ducks again. Burke has to go back for it, so get a second chance, regroup, pass a little bit too far out of the reach, and back down into the Steelers zone. Steelers go up the middle with it. Fitzgerald now with the puck. Has his stick checked, and he's going the other way with it, so they're going back into the Steelers zone, just inside the line, and now up is Burke forcing the issue there for the Ducks. And it goes in, and Seymour, who's got some jets on him, he has got some speed. I've liked his skating so far. It's been impressive so far here at the championships. There's a turnover. Penny now has some room. Also has a line mate driving towards the net. The loose puck. And Corbett gets there in time and sends it towards the corner there for the Steelers. And it doesn't even result in a shot on goal as Halliday has the puck. Up the middle to Kennedy. Kennedy has difficulty handling it. It was just outside the Steelers bench. And Kennedy still driving, goes down and gets back up quickly. The captain making a couple of nice spin moves. Back to Halliday now. Halliday, wrist shot through traffic, and it grazes the post. Might have been deflected out front, but meanwhile it still remains 2-0. There's a wrist shot, and I'm not sure if Stonehouse saw that one as it goes wide. Set up Penny, and the shot and the save by Stonehouse. The one-timer. Stonehouse is going to earn his pay in this one, isn't he? So it's still 2-0. 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining here in the first period. So far, nothing in terms of penalties here in this game. And a reminder, of course, the skills competition will be coming up at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And it's going to be brought to you by RCS Construction. So that should be fun. And we're going to have the live stream coverage of it here on 360 Live. Kennedy. Nice rink wide pass to Baldwin. Fuller driving as well. But they're unable to get on the same page that time as the back out center ice. Prince. Rink wide to Judge. And now they'll just have a little passing drill that they decide to do with each other. Back out neutral ice area. Fuller now will send it in. Prince. Penny now just inside the line. Nice little work there by Murphy there. Just handled him just enough there to stop that drive. Here's Kennedy now. Backhander too far there for Penny. Penny now sends in. Kennedy comes out front. Sends it back to the blue line. Judge was thinking about teeing it up, but Turbet was there and well defended that one-on-one challenge there for the meantime. Kennedy backhands, but he fans on it. And speaking of fan, the Steelers fan under a shot. They're well out. Stopped as Prince with a wrister, probably 40 feet out. And Stonehouse stops that. Kearney, Seymour on the draw. Seymour wins it. McPhee trying to clear there for the Steelers. Tried to come to the near side boards. Steelers have possession. The pass there too far, and it's going to be picked off there by Bush. Bush blows a tire, goes down, puck comes out. Carew. Must feel like a little like Slim Dion all by himself, but finally gets help as he tries to send it over to Kennedy, and it's picked off by the Ducks and back down. Curry has some difficulty handling it. Now it's Phillips, Kearney again. And sending it in there is O'Brien towards the corner. And they tried to put it out front was O'Coin, and it's covered up there by Stonehouse. And things getting a little chippy early here, as you can see. Seymour bumping Kearney there. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the opening period. Face-off win there by the Ducks. Phillips, wrist shot, and that's stopped by Stonehouse. Gathering up the rebound there was Gillis for the Steelers. But once again, they can't clear. It's been a while since we said Mills' name. He had a couple of saves there in this first period, but definitely Stonehouse, the busier of the two goaltenders. 2-0 the score. Phillips has room to move as Gillis blew a tire. Phillips coming in, backhand, scores! .12:28 the time. It's 3-0. Well, you have to look at the positives here for the Steelers. You know, and that's a goal post. It looked like it was in, but Halliday with a wrist shot 40 feet out. But here's our first penalty coming up, a tripping call. As things go from bad to worse here for Sydney, they're going to be going off 2 or less. Murphy goes to the box for the trip. So the TASA Ducks will go on the Atlantic Acura power play with 2:11 remaining. First penalty of the game. Scramble draw. Steelers did a good job on the face-off circle. Give them credit for that, tying the man up, and allowed them just to get it out the center ice. And back on the attack once again. Here is the Ducks. Phillips now. Penny was right on the doorstep, but the pass doesn't come. Steelers looking pretty good here early stages of this Atlantic Acura power play for the TASA Ducks. 1:46 left here in the opening period. 1:33 left in the Murphy penalty as the Ducks get something going here. Here's Phillips now going wide. Phillips coming in. Shot, scores! Went short side. Power play goal. It's 4-0, and it's his second of the game. .13:26. 2 goals in 58 seconds. Curry goes back here for the Steelers. Turbet looks up. We have 1:10 left, and the Ducks pressing again. Prince of a shot. It actually hits his own man out front, the team captain, Kennedy. As we come up to 1 minute remaining here in the opening period. Here's Reynolds now going wide. Can't get a shot, still has it. Allowed to dangle, centering pass. Turbet right on the doorstep, and Mills who probably hasn't seen a puck in well over 5-6 minutes of play, comes up with a stop, looks up, Turbet all by himself to Brett, making a good chance to score, but Mills shuts the door with 51 seconds remaining here in the first period. Fuller, Baldwin, and 2 from Phillips. It's where we stand right now as the Ducks finally clear and out of harm's way, and back they are, sending 3 wide on this drive. Back out to the blue line, actually hits Jennings and comes back in, but Gillis is Johnny on the spot there for the Steelers. Seymour trying to get going, covered by Bush. Also coming over there was Kearney there. So they're even winning those one-on-one battles and getting help there. A little rink-wide pass there for O'Coin, too far out of his reach, but he'll go back and get it off the boards here with 13 seconds remaining. McPhee holds the line for the Ducks. O'Coin makes a couple of nice moves. Dries puts it out front in the slot as the period comes to an end. 4-0 the score after the opening 15 minutes of play. We'll be back with period number 2 after these words from our sponsors. And welcome back to the Halifax Forum. Having a little bit of technical difficulties adjusting a score right now, but it is 4-0. We are in the second period. Ignore that first period up there in the corner. I'm working on that right away. So it is 4-0 as you see right now. It was a busy period there. Phillips, Baldwin, and Fuller, the goal scorers, as we are into the early stages here of the second period, and the Ducks keep on pressing for more. Play is stopped, and a penalty coming up, so we have a power play coming up, and power plays during the championships brought to you by Atlantic Acura. So the Atlantic Acura power play here for the TASA Ducks continues here as we've just passed the 3-minute mark. It is 4-0. We are in the second period. I remind you, second period, but we're having some difficulties with our graphics right now. We'll get them adjusted as the penalty comes to an end here. So 1 for 2 right now. Here are the Ducks on the power play here in this one. And once again, power play is brought to you by Atlantic Acura. So we will get that adjusted there during the intermission, my friends. So let's just hope we could have a good another 15 minutes of hockey coming your way here from the Halifax Forum at the 2019 Nova Scotia PeeWee Provincial Hockey Championships here on 360 Live. Halliday will go cross ice over to Phillips now. Corbett picks that off, and whistle stops play, and this looks like it could be like a too many men penalty here, so back to the box goes Sydney. Scoring recap after the opening period, Fuller, Baldwin, Phillips with 2, and Phillips scored 2 goals in 58 seconds. So another Atlantic Acura power play here for the TASA Ducks, as I said, 1 for 2. 1 second shy of the 4-minute mark here of the second period. So Ducks looking pretty good here on the power play. Linesman, well, it was a bad bounce there for the Ducks as the puck hit the linesman and allowed the Steelers to clear. So need a little bit of luck sometimes in this sport, and sometimes there's a turnover down low, and boy, right on the doorstep was Corbett looking there for a short-handed opportunity. Atlantic Acura power play here for the Ducks has 1 minute 30 remaining here. And the Steelers look good here killing this one. Their specialty teams there, especially killing abilities, has looked good here, even though they've been, 1 for 2 here and killing here in this game. But overall, they've done very well in the championships. Of course, they played yesterday, and lost the game, and of course, but there's been times that their penalty killing has looked pretty good here in these championships. And it has so far here in the first minute. Ducks really nothing much going, pressing here on this one. Their third chance on the power play. Maybe things will change here. They'll get that second unit out there, see if they can make some damage. Judge happy to send it behind the goal there. Trying to use a stick to catch up. It was Baldwin there for the Ducks, and the Steelers once again. This is a good game for them. Of course, the Sydney Steelers had a 7-1 loss to the West Hants Warriors, but there was times that their power play killing was just right on, and it is on once again. This time it forces Kennedy to go offside. And another stop there by Stonehouse. Actually, it's a goal there, so it's 5-0. My apologies. Once again, we're still working on the technical issues here with the graphics. 5-0 the score. And another goal makes it 6-0 here. So once again, folks, difficulties with our graphics. We'll hopefully get those fixed. It is 6-0. We are in the second period now. And remaining in the period is 7:53. My name is Dan Hobson. Delighted you could join us here for the 2019 Nova Scotia PeeWee Provincial Hockey Championships here on 360 Live. So we are hopefully going to get those technical difficulties fixed. And now it's just getting to be like a rout here as it's 7-0, just like that. And the time of the goal is 7:23. We'll play back underway here. So once again, remind everybody, it is 7-0 here in the second period, and we will get the graphics fixed here in just a couple of moments here on 360 Live as the play is back underway here. And once again, the puck down low. Burke trying to come out front there, trying to set up Penny, and Steelers get back and close that for the meantime. Spinning and shooting there was Baldwin, and getting a piece there was Stonehouse once again. And of course, in a tournament format, both of these teams will have 2 games today. So it's a matter of they have to ride Stonehouse as much as they can, and that one didn't miss the inside post by much, and it goes towards the corner with 6:40 remaining here in the second period. Carew now has it here for the Steelers. There, hits a skate. But Seymour keeping the drive going here for the Steelers on a 2-on-2. Has Kennedy with him. Bumped off there as Prince hits his man. A little bit of contact. No body checking here, of course, in the league. But there can be incidental contact as Burke comes back the other way. Burke going wide now in behind the goal. Does a nice little work to try to get by his man. But the Ducks still have it. Burke. Cross ice, wrist shot. Oh, they're trying to set Kennedy there on the back door. And the pass was too far out of his reach. Bush sends it in behind the goal. Sarah Bush. Where's number 7? Seeing a lot of females here at the Pee Wee Championships, and they are holding their own with the guys. It's nice to see. But of course, it's really tough to try to get like a good, female hockey league going on in all of Nova Scotia, especially in the Pee Wee level, as they're the grassroots, of course, it's still growing, so. The play is stopped here. 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in the second period. 7-0 the score. Second period, as I mentioned. So we will get those graphics fixed up here as the tournament moves on. Puck in towards the corner. And Phillips has it now. Phillips, wrist shot, save. And looking for another one there was Phillips. He's got 2 so far in this one. Nice work once again done by the captain, Kennedy. Phillips now. Sends it down low. Fuller, he's on the score sheet as well. Backdoor as they try to set up inside O'Brien. And Swift away, a shot, scores, and goaltender wanting interference. Not going to get it, and slams his stick in disgust, and the Ducks have another goal, and it's 8-0 with 4:50 remaining. 10-10 the time. They got 4 in the first, and they've got 4 so far in the second, and as I mentioned, 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and we're talking about Stonehouse going the way. Stonehouse has been relieved, and back in nets is Brody Campbell, who was in nets in their game yesterday against the West Hants Warriors, a 7-1 loss. So Campbell's back in now. They're looking for answers, and another goal makes it 9-0. .10:28 the time. They're scoring their goals at bunches. Phillips had 2 at 58 seconds in the first. Now they have 2 in 18 seconds here. And it's 8-0. This is nice. One of the assistant coaches here for the Steelers is talking to Stonehouse right now. Stonehouse is just like in the walkway to the dressing room area. Penny comes in, and he scores 9-0. Oh, apologies. 10-0. 10:51, so they've got 3 goals in 41 seconds. Another penalty coming up, so the Ducks will go once again on the Atlantic Acura power play. With 3:31 remaining here in the period. Burke with the puck now here as the Ducks are on the Atlantic Acura power play. Ducks having once again one-timer, a shot there. As stepping into that was Cole McPhee there, and he didn't miss by much. Ducks pressing once again, led by O'Brien now. O'Brien has it, now allowed to come into the middle. One-timer, and missing the net there, but stepping in and out once again as McPhee's showing a little bit of a howitzer of a shot that he has here in the late stages of this second period, which is 2:56 remaining. 1:15 remaining in the power play here for the Ducks, and power play is brought to you by Atlantic Acura. O'Brien here on the attack with Burke and Baldwin. Burke now, nice little stick there by Murphy and forces him towards the corner. Burke looking for some help. He'll send it down low inside there to O'Brien in behind the goal. Out front, Burke. Short shot scores. 11-0. Power play goal once again here for the Ducks. Burke with a wrister. 12:35. A team that, of course, has 16 graduating players out of 17 and 8 players going to wear the black and green of the Gulls Major Bantams next year. Taking it here to the Steelers, 11-0. Phillips has the puck now, back to Halliday. Penny has it. Kennedy now. Kennedy on the drive here for the Ducks. Clock can't go by fast enough here for the Steelers here. And it's going to be a very quiet and very, well, probably shocked dressing room there for the Steelers, delayed offside. And here's Kennedy now. Kennedy go again. Backhand, forehand, scores 12-0. .13:31 the time. So these 89 seconds can't go by quick enough. Trebrett now trying to get something going here in the late stages to Reynolds, who gets a shot, and Mills with a save. Of course, with the score being as is, it's been a one-sided game. The score tells the story here in this one. And a penalty coming up, a tripping call. And Reynolds will go to the box, so the Ducks will go once again on the Atlantic Acura power play. Kearney has to lead the face-off circle. O'Coin will jump in. Corbett to take the draw here for the Steelers, and it's actually Trebrett, sorry. Trebrett with the draw there for the Steelers, and my apologies on that one. So the Ducks here, 5-on-4 here as we're into the last bit of the play here of the second period. Ducks had a 4-0 lead after the opening period. And they scored 8 goals here in the second to make it 12-0. Steelers try to clear and can't. Judge will knock that down with a wrist shot through a maze of players, and it's cleared by the Steelers now. And back down it goes. Get things organized zone. There's Prince. There's a shot there by Reynolds there. And Mills has not been busy, but his degree of difficulties have been high because they have been surprises, and he's sharp to the task. Reynolds had a chance there. Jennings had a chance there for the Steelers. 3 seconds left. This will carry over into the third period. 6 seconds will remain in the tripping penalty there to the Steelers, and the Steelers quickly going off and have a chance to maybe regroup and maybe at least try to win the third period. Have something positive for their remaining game. And of course the Ducks, this is a tough situation for them because they're in a situation where they can't really afford to take their pedal off the metal because goals for really helps. So after 30 minutes of play, you see the score, folks. The Ducks leading 12-0 over the Steelers. You're watching 360 Live coverage of the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee-wee Provincial Hockey Championships. And welcome back to the Halifax Forum. Third period underway between the TASA Ducks and the Sydney Steelers. Here, as the penalty is winding down, the Ducks are on the Atlantic Acura power play. The puck out to center ice. Fitzgerald, who's had a pretty good tournament so far, and really nothing on the score sheet. And there's the penalty coming up here. This will be the first one here for the TASA Ducks. So the Atlantic Acura power play for the Ducks has come to an end. And Penny will go to the box here for the Ducks for the trip. And that happens just 28 seconds here into period number 3. So teams will be even strength now, 4-on-4 for 24 seconds. As that puck comes outside the line, so regrouping are the Steelers near center ice area, led by Gillis. Pass to Fitzgerald. Gillis gets the return pass. Here comes Corbett trying to go in over the line. O'Coin checks him momentarily. So as you see, 4-on-4 hockey, but in about 3 seconds, it will be a 5-on-4 first Atlantic Acura power play of the morning here for the Sydney Steelers. But it's the Ducks that have control. And as you see, they're in control of this game. Gauguin goes after the puck for the Steelers, goes and takes a look, assesses the situation. 5-on-4 now for a minute and 15 as Penny is off for the trip. Nice little moves there by Corbett. He gets across the line. Corbett now driving towards the net, makes a couple of nice moves, but couldn't pull the trigger. And a penalty coming up. And it's going to be an interference call, so it's going to be a 2-man advantage here for the Steelers. As heading to the box now is Bush for interference. The time of that one is 1:16. So 2-man advantage for a minute and 6 now for the Steelers, as they continue to be now on the Atlantic Acura power play. 2-man advantage. One-timer there, the slapper, and Gillis doesn't get much in terms of composite on that. Crew following up, trying to get it there for the Steelers. Corbett bounces past him and out to center ice, but Gillis was back in time, preventing the breakaway chance there for the Ducks. 44 seconds left in the Penny tripping penalty, and 1:30 remaining there in Bush's interference. 2-man advantage here for the Steelers on the Atlantic Acura power play. Out front there, trying to pull the trigger a couple of times there, was Seymour there. And whistle stops the play. 29 seconds left in Penny's tripping penalty, and Bush for a minute and 23. Seymour in the draw against O'Brien. Was dropped unfairly. 1 second shy of 2 minutes gone here in period number 3. And I imagine that was the message here for Joseph Joe Campbell there, the coach of the Sydney Steelers, is, well, let's just try to win period number 3. Forget about the score. Let's chill, work hard, play hard, win the third period, because we got another game today. We can't have our heads held down and, basically play your hearts out. Leave it out on the ice. Pretty well all you could do is this puck will go down the ice, and Penny's penalty is 3 seconds away from expiring. So we're now still a power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura for 49 seconds as Bush is off for interference. 5-on-4. Into the corner it goes. Ducks win that 50-50 battle. Halliday there, solid defenseman there for the Ducks as that rolls for the blue ice and out the other side. And it now goes towards the corner. Nobody there, but the Steelers will be on it. And they do a rink-wide pass. It's picked off and high off the glass and down. Sent down there by O'Brien, Michael O'Brien. And they'll go off and they'll change the penalty killers here as Baldwin Burke, as well as Judge and Prince, the penalty killers here for the Ducks as the Steelers will give it one last kick at the can here. 3 seconds remaining. Bush ready to come out, join the play. And now we're even strength now as the penalty to Bush is over. She'll go off for a change. And as you see here, that sometimes you get with these type of games, a little extra pushing and shoving, frustration here for the Steelers. And a roughing call is going, so Fitzgerald will go off. The time of that one is 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And the puck will go 200 feet down the ice. And the Ducks will be on the Atlantic Acura power play. And the power play has been good to them here so far in this game. Steelers win the draw, slapped there by Murphy, but not out. To Brett, gets it out the center ice area there for the Steelers. Sent back in quickly by the Ducks. And up will be Nathan Curry, and he'll go up the middle, bouncing puck, and it gets by everybody. And Chiss will go inside the blue line there of the Ducks, and they'll regroup, led by Judge. Judge fans on it, now they're going back the other way, and Prince will go into the corner there for the TASA Ducks. Minute 25 left in Fitzgerald's roughing penalty. And it drew the attention of the coaching staff of the Steelers. They weren't too happy. Into the behind the goal, Baldwin centering pass, Prince shot, scores. Power play goal for 14. And it's 13-0. So we're even strength. Actually, they still have the penalty on the board. So, yes, we are even strength. A 2-on-1. Over to Fuller and can't get it by as another note to let you know, Stonehouse back in the pipes there for the Steelers. We have 2 games today here as this has been iced by the Steelers. So I just want to finish my point on that. Because of the 2 games today, they still want to keep the goaltending as fresh as possible. Campbell got in some playing time there midway through the second period after the 8th goal. That Stonehouse is back out here to start the third period. And you kind of figured that was going to happen. As I talked about it, he was out in the entryway getting talking to by the assistant coach of the team. So trying to keep his spirits high. It's definitely got to be a tough one here and has to put this one pretty well away and come back for the next one. That's pretty well not only just for Stonehouse, but for the Steelers as well. O'Coin, wrist shot. That hits the crossbar. Nice little wrister, but it remains 13-0 as Kennedy, that goes through his skates. Bush will send it in behind the goal and go off for a change. Here's Phillips now. That goes by Phillips and down. Just out inside his blue line. Long lead pass up ahead to Penny. Has O'Coin with him. Steelers trying to get it here to the near side boards as it's once again the Ducks just keep coming after them. Here's Seymour now. Tried to hit Carew. It was behind him. He was looking around for it, so allowed the Ducks Phillip. He'll send it out of play here with 9:05 remaining here in the third period. Of course, you look at the scoreboard, but I mean, it talked about what the strategy is, but I mean, the Steelers just keep skating. They keep trying. Here's a 2-on-1 down low. Wrist shot, and that hits the outside of the post as O'Brien stepped into that one. Kennedy a chance to clear. Alex Kennedy now. Carew has Seymour with him. They can't even get across the blue line there as the Ducks were all back defending. Now it's frozen along the boards and puck comes loose. Murphy here with a backhand up the middle, picked off by Halliday. Quickly up to O'Coin. O'Coin falls down, but sends it towards the corner. A chance here for Corbett to try to get something in transition here for the Steelers. A nice first pass started underway, and now Seymour now went to his backhand and goes towards the corner. A slapper there that doesn't get through. There's a long lead pass, and they're trying to break O'Coin loose, and Corbett was there and read that play well. 7 minutes gone here in the third period. 13-0 the score here at the Halifax Forum. O'Coin now with some room. Is watched there by Corbett as he forces him in behind the goal. O'Coin trying to spin away from a couple of Steelers, and relief there from O'Brien. O'Brien has it, wrist shot. Stonehouse gets a piece and goes in behind the goal. You can hear some of the fans just saying, just ice it. Of course, there's no penalizing the in icing here at this level, so yeah, it's a good idea. Just send it down the ice and get your fresh 5 out there. Anyway, play stops, so they get their fresh 5 out there. As we pass the halfway point of period number 3, 13-0 the score. Baldwin on the draw. Prince has it now. Baldwin wins the draw. Back to Prince. Alexander Gillis has the puck. Now it's Gillis gets the center ice area. Nice individual effort here. Tried to kick it towards the sticks. Actually set it towards the boards there. Corbett following up. Duck player falls down, but the Ducks will now send 2 on the attack, led by Baldwin there with one hand on his stick. Trying to spin away. And it'll be the Steelers that win that puck battle. And back they come to center ice, led by Jennings. Jennings goes in after it, chips it in. Nice little move there by Prince to get away from the forecheck. He goes high off glass. As the puck will go back down into the Steelers zone. 6:38 remaining here in the third period. Jennings now. Lead pass up ahead here. Reynolds, and that's stopped by Mills, and that's the type of afternoon it's been as Jennings had a point-blank opportunity. I said afternoon, it's morning. We have 7 games today, so sometimes keeping track of what time of day it is going to be hard here, but speaking of hard, that was a hard chance there for Mills, and he has been having a hard day because the opportunities have not been a lot. There's a score as it's deflected. In the meantime, Kennedy talking to the official, and the Ducks make it 14-0. But I just want to finish my point is that Mills has not been tested a lot, but a lot of his shots have been good quality chances there for the Steelers. Kennedy eludes a hit. Here's Reynolds there. Reynolds, there's a bouncer, a high fly ball. It's caught by the center fielder Mills as he makes the catch for the out. 14-0, of course, I'm joking. It's chipped up in the air and had no thought whatsoever of actually putting it out in play. 5 minutes and 49 seconds left here in period number 3. Fuller, who's got a couple here in this one. Puck in behind the net. Ducks come up, win the battle. Here's O'Brien, a wrist shot, and misses the target. McPhee, he's got a howitzer. We've seen that in this game. Kennedy again. Cuts towards the middle. Trying to set up there. Kearney, I believe. It was actually O'Brien. There's McPhee. Here's Kennedy again. And a nice little stick there by the Steelers as they lift his stick before he could pull the trigger on that one. McPhee now. Here's a wrist shot, and it deflects and hits the body there of Kennedy. Trying to use those lovely boards to bank it in short side. Unsuccessful that time by the Ducks. O'Brien once again. Kennedy. This line must be getting tired. They've been out there a while. One-timer, fan there by Kennedy. Steelers, you can hear as it hits that glass and goes down, but it will roll right on to Mills, so there won't be any icing, but they'll at least change all 5 skaters with 4:28 remaining. Gillis, as the Steelers are just trying to kill the clock here, send it down. And this one will get across the icing line for the icing, as it was not on Mills. So with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here, it'll be a face-off down into the Steelers zone. Coming up next, we have our second game of 7. West Hants Warriors versus Halifax, the host. Hawks 0-2. West Hants 1-0, and of course their victory came against the Steelers, 7-1. Hawks 0-2, looking for their first win. But they know that they have a little bit of an easier schedule. Once again, Mills makes a save, and Mills has looked good. One of the things that's going to be interesting here, of course, one of the stories going along here in these championships is I've talked about West Hants and how strong they have been. Of course, William Shields with his fantastic season that he's had. You know, he's a triple threat, the size and everything, size, speed, and a shot. But one of the things that's not really talked about is Kroll is their lone goaltender, Chase Kroll. So he's logging a lot of goaltending minutes, and when you get into this, as things start to get a little intense, there's going to be a head contact here to Gillis. So another Atlantic Acura power play here for the TASA Ducks. But with a one goaltender and playing 2 games in a day and playing a lot, you got to wonder how that's going to really factor in terms of this tournament, where you could be playing a short amount of games, a lot of games in a short amount of time. So it's going to be a tough task there for West Hants. Whereas, of course, the Ducks have Mills as well as Ben McDonald in between the pipes, so. But, of course, Kroll's going to have to do it all by himself here for the West Hants Warriors. So that will be one thing to watch there as they try to set up Penny there in the blue ice. It's a double minor there for head contact. And Stonehouse makes the stop. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third period. 3:28 remaining in the head contact penalty. So that's definitely going to be a story, because you think that the Warriors were maybe one of the teams that had very success. I mean, the recipe for success is pretty similar here. Of course, the TASA Ducks having the fantastic season that they have, undefeated. The West Hants undefeated in their respective leagues. And the only difference, of course, could be you have the high scoring capability there of William Shields versus the skills there of the TASA Ducks, and they have both goaltenders. So, I mean, if it comes down to that there in the finals, should be a dandy of a game. And the top team in the Central Hockey Minor Hockey Federation and the Nova Scotia Mainland Hockey League definitely should be an interesting matchup. And if they get a chance to bump heads, it will be tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So that would definitely be one if you want to tune in to see a great game here between two teams. Something's got to give when they're undefeated in the regular season. Of course, the Ducks winning the Buster Harvey tournament there in the fall. And they actually met West Hants in that one. It was a 4-3 game. So the high scoring versus maybe the balanced attack of the Ducks. And whistle stops play here. 2:03 remaining in the head contact penalty. This looks like this will even things up as heading to the box is Max Baldwin. And Corbett's going to go as well, so you pretty well know that the rest of the way that the officials are going to try to keep things at least on the calm and the cool in the late stages. Just 1:46 remaining here in this one. And for the Steelers, if you want to use things as a positive, is that you've already faced the two top teams so far, the teams that, you know, looking at the portfolios, hey, we had to face two of the undefeated teams. You know, right now we could just put these ones and, you know, file them away. And our third game of the championships, which of course will be later today, you know, we've met the two giants. Now it's time to, you know, take on another team here. You know, we've got this. That's the way you got to look at it. They take on their own provincial rival, the Glace Bay Miners, at 2 p.m. So they know each other. So that will be no surprises there. As we come up to 1 minute remaining here. So this Atlantic Acura power play here continuing for the Ducks as we're under a minute to play. 46 seconds to be precise as the Ducks cycle it around. Halliday now has it. Fires a shot. Getting a piece of it was Stonehouse there. Now they put a centering pass out front. Forward there. Stonehouse looking for it. Penny scores. Power play goal, 15-0. For the Sydney Steeler fans, got to give credit here to Ryan Backman, the head coach of the TASA Ducks. He's really you know, you don't see a lot of hot dogging here. I mean, the score tells the story. Not really much of a celebration. So, I mean, these are, of course, young kids, 12 or 13 years of age, you know, so not really big celebrations. So give him credit for not really showboating after it, because it's definitely a tough result to take here for the Steelers, but not, you know, not really much in terms of extra celebration, and it seems to stop happening after the third goal. 8 seconds left in this one. One final shot here for the Ducks as time is winding down here in this one. Goes towards the corner. You see the scoreboard in the corner. It tells the story, and the shutout here for Nathan Mills. You know, as a sports enthusiast, your heart kind of has to go out to the Steelers. It's just that's to be on that. It's like, how do you recuperate? But you're going to have to. But as I said seconds ago, that's a tough schedule they had to face. Is the two top teams, two teams undefeated in their respective leagues. And I'm not sure if our cameras caught that. Might have seen it. Yes, we did. You know, the coach giving an embrace to Stonehouse, and as they do handshakes there, so I think to try to, well, I saw the officials like, you know, push things around, and Steelers will shake this off and try to come back and take on the provincial rivals, Glace Bay Miners, at 2 p.m. The TASA Ducks, with a little bit of rest, they'll take on the host Halifax here. So Halifax will have 2 games today. So you talk about tough schedule. Here's Halifax having the tough schedule. The hosts as they take on West Hants and then TASA. So they've got the 2 undefeated. So the music being played here at the Halifax Forum, player of the game. Can't disagree with that. He had a couple of chances, just unable to beat Mills. Mark Jennings, the player of the game there for the Sydney Steelers. Owen Phillips, yes, he was pretty good yesterday and going to get the player of the game today. So that will wrap this one up, and we'll get ready for game number 2 of our set of 7. It will be the Halifax Hawks versus the West Hants Warriors. For the entire 360 Live crew, my name is Dan Hobson. So long from the Halifax Forum.